Hello and welcome back to another Figma tutorial. This time we are tackling the question, can you draw anime style in Figma? So let's dive right into it. I'll be starting off with something simple. So let's try to draw no face first. Everyone has seen this character and everyone knows him. So let's start with the basic shapes. So I'll be using pen tool to create this. You can also use simple basic shapes, but the pen tool gives you more versatility and it's easier to use. And if you don't know how to use the pen tool perfectly, I have a video. I'll leave it in the description below and in the end of this video, so you can also go and watch that video after watching this. So take the pen tool from the toolbar and let's create a basic shape, a basic bottle like shape. Okay, so let's increase the stroke size so we can actually see the shape clearly. Let's keep it to 6, and now you can double click the left mouse button to go into edit mode and edit the nodes of the shape. So double click to enter edit mode, and like this node is a little bit to the left, so I'll move it right until it snaps perfectly with this node. Then what you can do is select individual nodes like this, dragging and selecting, or you can click on one node, press and hold shift and click on another node to select multiple of them. Then you can use this corner radius to give radius or to give roundness to the shape. So let's keep it to this, around 518. Keep in mind that the roundness will not be same for everyone because you might be drawing in a different canvas size. So my canvas size is around 1920 by 1080 if you are wondering. So let's go back into the edit mode. Let's select these two and round them off also. Another thing you can do is to turn these corners from sharp into curved ones. So like this is a very sharp corner. So what you can do is, while in the edit mode and while the arrow is selected or the move tool is selected, press and hold Ctrl and see your cursor will change and show this bar below it, which means it is now in the bend tool mode. So when you keep holding Ctrl and click on it, it will move it. It will change the node from a straight like in a sharp angle to a curved angle. So let's do the same for this one, Ctrl and click, and it will change to that. Let's do it for this also, and let's move this node a little bit higher. So now the shape is a bit better. You can also do this for this one and this one, but then it looks a little bit to the outside. So let's move this node out and let's move this node out. So now our shape is looking pretty good. You can also add a little bit roundness to these by selecting them and manually adjusting the roundness of them. Click on done and our basic shape is ready. Let's rename it. It's always good to name your layers. Next thing we're gonna do is make the face. So for the face, we'll use an oval. Press O to switch to the oval tool and then make an oval. This body is a bit wide, so let's make it a bit thin. Adjust the oval so it's in the center of the body, and let's add the features also. So click on the body and click on and press shift plus X to invert the stroke and fill. So now this has fill. If you press shift plus X again, it has only stroke. So drawing in stroke mode is really good because you can see the underneath layer if you are tracing something. I have explained this in detail in my portrait tutorial video, so you can watch that. So shift X again to invert it and then we can work on the face. So I have the colors saved, so let's select this, press I to get the color dropper tool and select this color. For the face, select this color. Now let's add the features. So the features are really simple. You can use a rectangle for his eyes. So make a rectangle, round the corners, which will give you a basic shape of his eye. Then you need these triangle shapes and this bar like structure. So for the triangle, we'll use the polygon tool and make a simple triangle. Place it over here and then we can round the corners a bit. And there we have our shape. So whenever I work with triangles, the bounding box is way out than the actual shape. So what I like to do is right click and flatten the shape. So now the bounding box is along the edges of the shape. So click on this and let's place it right here and reduce the size. Duplicate this and bring it down. So for the duplication, you hold the Alt key, click with the left mouse and drag it. So let's make this a bit longer and then invert it. Right click and flip vertical. So now we have the shape as we want. So if you notice, these have little curvature in this sides. So you can do it or you can just leave it. I'm not gonna do it, but if you want to do it, you can go double tap to go into edit mode, select the bend tool, and then you can bend the shape if you like. So let's just do it while we are in the edit mode. So I think that's good. So let's do it for the upper one also. Double tap to go into edit mode, double click to go into edit mode, select the bend tool and just give it a slight curvature. There's another shape right here. So what we'll do it, we'll duplicate this one, hold Alt and click and drag to duplicate and make it a bit smaller in height. So that's our basic shape. Let's rotate this and rotate this a bit as well. So let's fill in the shapes. So select these two and select this color. The color names are written at the top, you can see, and select this and color it this color. So now we have the shape. Let's select them all and Ctrl G to group them. So let's name the group to features. So we have the shape. Let's hold Alt, click and drag to duplicate it, right click and flip horizontal this time. So now we have a pair of the features. So select them both, or let's add a face first or the mouth first. So for the mouth, I'll just draw an oval and there's a small shape below it. So we'll just use this one. So double click to go into the group and Alt and duplicate, Alt and drag to duplicate. So now you'll notice that this shape stays in this group only. So to bring it out of this group, double click and select this shape. So it will be highlighted here. So you can drag it and drag it out of the group. So now if you click on this group, this shape is out of the group. So let's adjust it right here and add color to the mouth also. So now we have the face. Let's select it all or the facial features. So let's rename it features. Select all, hold shift and drag to resize and then place it over the mask. So it's looking a bit weird because of the placement. So let's adjust it. Double click to go into the group and move the things as needed. So let's just zoom in a bit. The mask is also a bit wider, so I'll reduce the width of it and increase the length a little. Let's adjust it, and I think it looks decent. So there is our first character. Select it all, Ctrl G to group and rename it to no face. So that was our first character. It was an easy step. So let's now proceed to the next one. So for the next one, we'll be drawing